Next few minutes, we're going to talk about the power of music through the pandemic, because we've been hearing from you all across 5 Live today. You've been telling us how COVID has impacted you and your life for better or worse as part of My COVID Year. Make sure you go online, use the hashtag. There's so many good stories on there already. And we've uncovered some really incredible tales of people uniting through music in particular, coming together to create something positive and inspiring during a really bleak time. Well, that is the sound of the Citizens of the World Choir based in Greenwich. It's made up of refugees, migrants and asylum seekers, as well as other people who live in the local community as well. And when the pandemic hit, the choir was determined to carry on rehearsing, to do it online, which was, of course, incredibly difficult because few of its members had access to things like computers and mobile phones and data plans. So Becky, Dell, the MD of the choir, has been telling me how they pulled together to continue to make it happen. And we're also joined by Sonia, one of the choir's members, who is originally from Iran.
The Citizens of the World Choir is a choir for refugees, migrants, asylum seekers and friends. We started in 2017 in response to the refugee crisis. It was the brainchild of the fabulous Lord Roger Roberts of Llandudno, who wanted to do something to help all the people, the refugees who were here already. He approached me and some volunteers that had all met each other out in the Calais jungle and said, let's do this choir. He's a good Welshman, you see, so he loves a bit of singing. And it has, my goodness, been the best 4 years of all of our lives. It's just been incredible, this community that we've created. We've got about 50 people in our full choir, representing 28 different cultures and countries from around the world.
How do people find you when they've arrived in the UK? What brings them to your doorstep?
So we are in touch with a number of refugee organisations and we get referrals and recommendations. There's 7 or 8 of us in the management team and we're all quite plugged into sort of, what's happening. We generally call ourselves a London-based choir. So it's generally sort of London refugee groups. But of course, now that we are, partially rehearsing online, anyone from around the UK can join us.
And I imagine that you need to try really hard to be a welcoming and inclusive place, because some of the people who arrive here in the UK have had a tough journey and they may at times feel like they're not wanted at all. So what do you do to actually bring them in and make them part of your community?
Yeah, absolutely. So the choir was started with a couple of aims in mind: to help healing through the power of music and to provide community integration. We have a 50-50 ratio in our choir from refugees to non-refugees, and that part's worked really well. But the other really important part is to elevate the narrative around refugees, migrants and asylum seekers, and the really important contribution they make to our society. And in 2017, the language that was coming from our government and leadership wasn't good enough. It wasn't compassionate enough. And so we really wanted to try and do something positive. So we welcome people in with open arms. There's no auditioning. You come along. And I know it's so cheesy to say, but we truly have become a family, become a community. And it's just wonderful. They always say that the world is a book. And if you stay in your country, you just read one page. Well, we have all now had the chance to experience 28 other different pages. And we are all richer and blessed for it.
So tell me some of those nations that you've got represented then. Where have you got people from around the world?
Yeah, Iran, Iraq, Syria, Pakistan, Afghanistan, which is sort of probably more of what people might think of like the modern conflict zones. Our pianist, Tom, comes from Australia. We have a lot of people from the continent of Africa, so DRC, Kenya, my goodness, like so many places where we truly are citizens of the world. And we've got some countries in Europe represented as well: France, Spain, Italy. We're a good collection.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Well, you're a really diverse bunch. You mentioned Iran, and Sonia, one of the choir members, is with us. Hi, Sonia, you're from Iran.
Hello, yeah.
Hi. How long have you been in the choir then?
Well, from the beginning. I think from the first session it was.
From the start. And how do you find it, the singing and the community and being with all those different people from all those different places? How does it help you?
Of course, from the beginning it was like quite shy. I can't sing, I can't do this. I just wanted to be there for maybe one day out to just meet people. But I found it is the it's the great platform for me as an artist as well. And it's to meet people, to sing, to express myself through singing. And it was quite therapeutic. And it wasn't just singing, it was more than that. It was something behind it, which was love, which was caring. And that's why I'm still there.
Yeah, all the important things that we all need, don't we? Tell me, Sonia, what brought you to the UK from Iran?
I'm a refugee from Iran, and sadly we should left because lots of things happened because I was political activist in Iran, and then I couldn't be there anymore. So I should leave my family, I should leave my beloved, I should leave job, everything I had there. It was a difficult decision and situation. It was something like you can't even think about it. You can't even dream about it. So it's just something happened and you're forced to do it. But the good point is, I'm not going to moan about it, but the good thing is I came across all that difficulty and trauma, but something just like love, and I think I found another family here, and that's a very important thing to me, because I felt like family, it can be more than blood. It's not just blood. It's not just mother and father. It can be a sister, a brother from another family. And I think if we see the world like that, we can be more care about each other.
I think you described really beautifully there, Sonia, an experience that so many of us will never have to know, fortunately. And you talk about losing all those people who were very dear to you, who you have to leave behind. And to come to a brand new country and start a brand new life, that must have been really difficult for you to find all of these things again.
Yeah, of course, language, everything. It's like starting everything from zero, even studying, even job, even, just basic things, and even meeting people. So it's quite hard. I mean, I think the experience itself is quite hard, but luckily I found amazing people. I can call them a family, purely. So it's just that. So I can be so thankful and so blessed because I have this amazing family, and I can share love with them. We can always care about each other, and that's the important thing in this massive world we live in, especially in crisis. And into crisis, I mean, we need more love around. So that's what human being means, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right. And I mean, you've just talked about, Sonia, everything that you've gained from being a member of the choir and the friends and the love and the community. How's the experience of being in the UK been more generally? Because there must have been times and moments where you didn't have that welcome that you've had from the choir.
Yeah, sadly, of course. Well, I experienced different things. I mean, it's not always everything wonderful, and it's not always sad and horrible. So it's both of sides. But in general, I can say I have my freedom somehow, and I can talk. I can be myself, which is quite important. which I couldn't be for ages. Like, I couldn't even express myself as a human being, as a woman in my country. And shamefully, people and women still can't do that. Not just in my country, I think in some of other countries around the world.
That is Sonia, one of the members of the Citizens of the World Choir, originally from Iran, just describing really the difference that it makes to be in a place and be able to express herself freely like she couldn't do before. You heard from Becky, Dell as well, the MD of the choir. And don't forget as well, there are so many stories all in one place. If you go to bbc.co.uk/5live and click on My COVID Year, or if you use the hashtag My COVID Year on social media.